All right. Well, welcome, yogis, from my heart to your heart. Here we go. And no, this is Mudra. I don't know if you can even see. I can't see. I'm not wearing my glasses, but it's that little heart mudra that the teenagers do. Kids are doing. I don't know if they still do it. So we can just hold it in front of your heart for a moment. And maybe if you're in gallery view here and you can see your friends, the people we practice with, support each other, and you can even just send this love from your heart out. And then as you, yes, oh, I love that, beautiful. Yeah, send it out, blow it out. And then as you close your eyes, then you start to maybe invite that love from your heart out to those that you're missing, that you're not physically seeing. And, you know, it's a dark time of year. This is this potent time of year. The veils are thin between worlds. So even sending out love, your love to those who are no longer walking on the earth, but are with you. And take one more breath, full breath in. And as you breathe out, you're welcome to keep your hands like this or to bring them into Anjali Mudra with the palms, hands, fingers together at your heart. And then let's take a little bit of wrist stretch. So start to drop these hands down a little bit. And just so you feel, oh, the bottoms of my hands are coming apart. So then you bring them back together, find your place. Drop your shoulders, lift the heart into the thumbs. Bow your chin. Feel your breath, your presence at the beginning of your practice. And smile. So you honor this time you've devoted to your own wellness. And before we leave this space and open the practice, and chant Om 3 times. This is also that time of year where you might choose a word to guide you for 2021. So here we'll just take these first 2 words, I am, and you'll choose your third word. Don't overthink it. Whatever word comes to mind, that's it. And then just repeat that 3-word sentence to yourself a few times. And then we'll seal that mantra on your next inhale. Lengthen yourself tall, lift your chin, and exhale as you are. And we'll inhale for first Om. And releasing your hands to your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, friends. So we're going to start on your tummies, and we'll start with the bolster underneath the chest. I will switch to the blocks in a few moments, so have your block nearby and your strap nearby, and then you can welcome to place your bolster, and if you don't have a bolster, just stack a few blankets or pillows. So I'm just going to turn myself around. So I'll just take that bolster, put it down. You might put a blanket above the bolster just to support your head if you like. I'm sure you can hear those little puppies. Good. Okay, and then I'll come to lie down. Just let the chest rest on the support of the bolster. Let your head drop. Rest your head on your hands. And if you need anything else, you need higher support, put it there for under your head. I'm going to open the legs a little wider. So we start to open the pelvic floor. I might tuck the toes under and just rock the heels side to side a few times. Good. And then resting in your stillness, you can keep the toes tucked under, put the tops of the feet on the floor, whatever feels right and good. No, it's okay, as long as they're all in their bed. Okay, let's keep breathing here. All right, so just as you rest here, just be aware of the shape of your body and the dropping of the belly. Notice if your back feels a little crunchy. Maybe you draw your belly in a little bit just to lengthen the back if you need that. Okay, so we're going to stay. I'm going to come to reverse windshield wiper. So we'll bend the knees, the thighs stay on the floor, and just start to rock your feet side to side. Just enough so you feel you're just opening something. Meaning you don't have to, go all the way to the floor. You might, but you might not, and that's just fine. And then let's just drop the feet over to one side and pause there for 3 breaths. And then you'll move the feet over to the other side. And again, just drop into your breath. And then just release the legs back to the floor. Change the cross of your arms. So whatever hand is on the bottom, switch it. Come back in and rest. Just gonna check the puppies, but stay there. And now start to feel the breath into the back of the lungs. And even playing with that a little bit. So you force the breath to expand through your upper back, maybe to the sides of the ribs, maybe even the front of the heart. And feeling the movement here of your breath. Okay. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. Nice full inhale and deeply exhale. And we're going to come up for Sphinx. So you can keep your bolster where it is. Just place the forearms on the floor, palms down, and you can even drop into the bolster a little bit. Let's drop the head and let your head hang wherever it goes here. Take the shoulders and pull them away from your ears. Okay, now don't just lift your head. Press the forearms deeply into the floor so the chest lifts. Then take your chin in and then lift your head. And just take your gaze straight ahead. Pull the chin in if you can. Take the belly in if you can. Now I'm anchoring the upper arms, the part that's touching the bolster. I'm going to press into the bolster with that. Take the shoulders away. Extend through your legs. Get a puppy view. Pull the chin in. Breathe. Good. Okay, and then lower down again. And this time as you come down, you might stretch your arms straight out. Now I'm right against the wall. I'm just going to put the hands at the wall. And drop the head. Breathe. And take one more breath. And now extend your arms wherever they are. Pull the chin in, as so you lift the head without coming up first. You're going to pull the chin in. And that's going to lift your head. Take your hands maybe onto the bolster. Tuck your little toes under. Press yourself up and back. And we're going to take child's pose. And you'll use the bolster to rest your arms. So the head maybe will drop underneath or in front of the bolster. If you need to put your head on the bolster, do that. Feel your breath. Good. Okay, we're going to turn this into a twisted child. And so we'll do that by maybe you put your hands on the bolster and come up. And you're just going to walk your knees over to the right. So you're going to keep your body, you just try and take your knees over and then extend the arms, come back into this rest if you need to pull the bolster in to support your head, or if your head can just hang. And as you walk the knees to the right, your hips might shift over to the right too. Okay, so the bolster should be a help. If it's no good, you move it up or in more. And so resting in your constructive rest. And feel the breath being invited into the right side of the body, the right side of the lungs. You're going to experiment a little bit and see what happens if you turn your head one way. I didn't say which way, so you can try the other way and you see what feels good, what changes when you turn your head. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll walk the hands back. Maybe they come onto the bolster. You lift your head and your chest and walk your knees through center and over to the left. And they might stay together, they might go wide. I didn't specify. You do what feels good, feels right. And then drop in. Are you okay? Okay. And breathing in this constructive rest pose, receiving. And again, maybe try what happens if you turn your head one way. And the other way. And then settling in and whichever way feels like it's going to open you more. Okay, one more full breath in and out. And then we're just going to come up. I'm just going to drop onto my side here. Now you can continue using the bolster. We're just going to come to rest on the side. I'm going to swap out for the block because I want more. So it's up to you. The bolster will be effective to move the ribs over, move the breath, which is what we want. When we bring in the block, it's way less comfortable, but I'm going to really move those ribs over and open up, break into the fascia a little bit. So I do tilt the block wherever you are. It's going to be a little different. So I might start with the head supported. And if you have your elbow bent, you're supporting your arm. Just notice if that elbow's moving in and you want to walk it back a little bit. So you open. Good. And you might be able to stretch that arm out, put your head down. And then the top arm, I didn't say what side. Oh yeah, we're on the left side. So you can take that right arm up and over if that works. And mine's gonna hit the wall here. But whatever you're doing, my friends, is fine. Okay, then once you're in it, I'm just going to start to rock a little bit front to back. I'm just massaging this part right underneath the underarm that gets tight. A lot of fascia here, a lot of lymph, a lot of fluid, a lot of movement. If we go into the inner organs here, now this is where the heart is shifted a little bit to the left. If you're on your left side, we have the spleen here, stomach down a little bit, just moving, and then you can keep moving or just drop in. I'm just going to be here for 5 constructive rest breaths. So I'm melting in, softening the jaw, maybe smiling, even if it's not like I'm just going to fall asleep. But I'm going to enjoy what this is going to offer me. Okay, and then we'll release. I'm going to come up. Okay, now I'm just going to sit for a moment. I just want to feel. You're welcome to lie down too, but I'm just going to change the habitual cross, and I'm just going to drop in, close your eyes, and just feel what you've done, what you've created, and oh, the spaciousness, the freedom. You know, and then I love this game. For me, it's play, right? For you too, I know it's play. That you feel, oh, this side's so open. This side is like, it just feels heavy. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing, second side. I'm actually just going to flip myself around, but you can just turn around and use the bolster. Oh, she just got in there. Oh, you totally helped her. So mommy's in with the babies. So sweet. Okay, so block. If I'm using the block, I'm just going to angle it, come in, find the space, and move around, support the head. And if you're on the bolster, you know, you're doing the work. However you do it, it's way less pleasant. Oh, sorry, P. Smacked him in the face. Okay, and then find your place. So maybe the arm extends, head comes down. Maybe you put a blanket between your arm and your head if you need it. And then the top arm can come up and over. And there's no prescription, you know, you can put it even just on the floor in front of you. Okay, and once you're, I'm saying air quote comfortable, then just start to rock a little bit front to back, like you're just massaging. Yes, whatever you're doing. Oh, I love it. When I can see your little, and I see you in your space, and I see you doing, you know, making the poses your own. It's beautiful. Yes, that's what I just see Paula doing, moving her arm. And so nice. That feels amazing. Good. Okay, and then we'll just drop in for 5 more breaths. Notice if your chin is tucking, and you pull it back a little bit. Okay, and then we'll come up again. Now you're welcome to lie down. I'm just going to sit, take a moment in my non-habitual cross, just to feel. Close your eyes, rest your hands. So I'll tell you what I feel. Maybe you feel the same thing. I feel very open in the front of the chest, in the sides of the chest, and my back feels like there's not a lot of happening there. So guess where we're going now? Onto the back. So you're welcome to do it with the bolster again. Same thing, you know, bolster would be down, just lie over it. I am going to use the block because I love that. But if you want to use blocks, you might have 2, right? One for under the chest and one for under the head. Yeah, actually, let's swap. Yeah. Unless you want to pick one. Okay. Okay, so however you want to do this, I am going to go on the highest height, not for intimidation, just because I like that. So however you want to do this, it could be the lowest height, and it could be the bolster, it could be a stack of blankets. I'm going to sit in Virasana because I like that too. So if you want to sit in Virasana, you might put something underneath your hips. You could also just have the feet on the floor. Like, I don't know, you can't see heart, but with the knees bent, feet on the floor. So however you are doing this, I hold the block, I lift the chest, and I try and find, I'm moving my block up. Where are my shoulder blades? I can rest them on the block. And then that one for the head could come in, but you can also not, if you're comfortable letting your head hang, then I'm comfortable with it if it's okay for you. If it's no good, then really prop your head up and take care of yourself. So wherever you are, lie down on your block, on your bolster, on your blankets, so the chest is lifted. Good. Okay, so now the arms, they might just stay as wherever you put them, and you might start to take them up towards the ceiling and over your head. And again, we're just finding length through the sides of the waist, the sides of the lungs, sides of the ribs. So the palms face each other, the hands, they don't have to touch the floor. But, you don't have to hold them for this long either. As long as you are comfortable, even 3 breaths will make a difference. So I'll stretch the fingers, my hands are nice and open. I'm gonna pull the bottom ribs in a little bit. And I'll be here for another 5 breaths. So if you need to put your arms down, do that. Okay, and then again, I'm going to release the arms. Now you might roll to the side to come up, or just press yourself up. You might bring the head into the chest first, or just let the head hang as you come up. And then just take a moment to sit. Maybe close your eyes and feel the expansiveness in the whole lung area. You did that for yourself. Good. Okay. And then from here, we'll just take the props out of the way. We're going to come into downward facing dog. And from downward dog, we're going to come to hands and knees. So if you need to put a blanket so it's there for your knees, do that. Good. And, downward dog is a great pose. We drop the head below the heart. Legs get a stretch. If it's too much for your wrists, do it on your forearms. Otherwise, really anchor your hands, spread your fingers. And as you push up and back, drop your head. Notice if your shoulders are sinking, like they're dropping down. If you can take a little peek, I'm just going to mimic it. And I'm really going to lift the shoulders up, like as if I'm picking myself up, picking my heart up, and keep that lifted. My hands are, heels of the hands very active as you maybe let the head drop. And even draw your belly in, bottom ribs in. Breathe, press your heels towards the floor just to feel that into the backs of the legs. Firm your arms towards each other. And then I press the heels of the hands down and away. Keep the shoulders lifted. I can tuck the chin a little bit more. And then lift your heels super high. Take the gaze forward. Lift your head. Pull the chin in. Take your gaze as high as you can. And then take the knees to the floor. Good. Let's tuck the toes under. Shift the hips back. Keep the hands on the floor. Now take your gaze, push the hands down. Take the gaze forward. Lift your heart. Lift your head. Take the gaze up as high as you can. Let your jaw go. Look up, look up. Look up, both eyes. Notice if one eye wants to open more than the other. Drop your jaw, breathe. One more breath. Good, okay. Open your knees wide, tops of the feet to the floor. Let's rest in child's pose. I'm gonna claw the floor and see if you can get longer. Wiggle your torso in between your thighs a little more. See if you can, as if you're just really settling in. Now, forehead to the floor, or maybe chin to the floor. And you look forward. One more breath. Okay, walk your hands back. Come up, bring the knees together. Just sit in Virasana for a moment or shift. I wish you all had 6 little puppies to look at right now, because they're like eating each other's faces. It's so cute. Take one more breath. And okay, I'm just going to roll the wrists. We're going to come onto hands and knees. So roll your wrists if you need to. Give them a little shake. Come to your hands and knees. Separate your knees apart. Tuck your little toes under. We're going to bring the right hand into center. Spread the fingers, and we'll reach the left arm up. Inhale. And exhale, thread it through. We're just going to do that 3 times. And because of all the work we did before, oh, this is freedom. This feels really open. Does that feel good for you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, and now take it underneath. Come onto your shoulder, onto the left temple. Move your right hand where you need it. Let the left hand be relaxed. Okay, now press the right hand into the floor. Take the right elbow back to the right shoulder. And now, as soon as I do this, my head wants to turn. I'm going to just bring the temple back down. Okay, breathe. Now take your chest and press back as if you're like want to touch more of the left side. Move your hips to the left a little bit. Now anchor the left hand to the floor. Reach the right arm up. Turn the palm to face behind you and release this hand behind your back. And some of you might even be able to grab hold of the top of the left thigh. And open the right shoulder more. And then we'll release. And I'm going to lift the arm up and then bring it down. As you come up, reach the left arm up. Now circle this left hand behind you, catch hold of your left heel, and we're just going to rock it up into this modified camel. You lift your hips, lift the arm. Maybe you even can take it back. Drop your jaw, take your eyes as far back as they're going to go. And now release. And I'm just going to sit on the heels for a moment to just feel and be here. Okay, I can feel a big difference in the 2 sides. Constructive rest. Okay, and then make your way back. Let's take a downward dog in the middle. If you want a child's pose, that's fine, just to kind of stretch it out. And as you come into downward dog, child's pose, hands and knees, whatever you're doing, maybe rock your hips a little bit, lift and lower the heels. And let's take this into pounce pose. So I lift the heels high, bend your knees. Now shift your hips back. Take your gaze forward, lift through your heart, lift your chin, pull the chin in, take the eyes up as high as they're gonna go, and drop your jaw. Look up, look up, look up. And release. Okay, child's pose. Maybe the knees come together. If you're already in child's pose, you just get more time. How lucky are you? Breathe here. Drop your head. Close your eyes. Notice if you feel anything in your eyes from eye stretching. Okay, one more breath. And then we'll come back up to hands and knees, and we'll prepare for the second side. So open the knees apart, tuck your little toes under, bring the left hand into center, and inhale, reach the right arm up, and thread it through. Move with your breath. We'll do 2 more. And this time, as you come down, come on to that right shoulder, right temple, move your left hand. And then anchor the left hand into the floor, pull from the elbow back to the shoulder. Let the right hand be relaxed on the floor. Now shift your heart space back and your hips over to the right a little bit. Now anchor that right hand, reach the left arm up, turn the palm away and drop it behind your back. And see if you can grab hold of the top of your right thigh or not. No awards. It's just, maybe it's there, maybe it's not. So I'm continuously releasing my body more to the right, lifting the left shoulder, bring the head back down to the right temple. Breathe. Yes, and then we'll release. So lift the arm up, bring it down, come back up, reach that right arm up to the sky. Good, and now take that right hand down, catch hold of your right heel, and rock it on up. Open yourself here wherever you go. You might have to keep the chin tucked. You might be able to drop the head. Good, and then release. Let's sit, tops of the feet. Feel your open heart. So good. Okay, groovy. So, okay, we're going to come back onto the tummy into a supported sphinx. And we did this, if you were in class on Friday, we did this. So I'll take the bolster and the block. I'm just going to prop up my, let me just move all this stuff, prop up the bolster. So it's like that. And then you'll have your strap nearby. Oh, I took your bolster. I'm like, wait, this isn't the same bolster I was using. Okay, bring your strap in so you have it. Okay, now the way this works, I'm gonna lie down. I have my blanket here too. It just worked out that way and it's gonna be nice. So I'm gonna lie down so that I feel the tops of my ribs come onto the bolster. And then I can pull the block in. You can put the block higher if you like here. So this is like Sphinx pose, but supported. You can open your legs apart. You can rest your chin or turn your head. So you feel, I feel the bolster in the bottom ribs. My hands are as they are in Sphinx. They might go forward, they might go out. Okay, just breathe here. So constructive rest, rest in. If it's not comfortable, move yourself back a little bit. A little discomfort is okay though. So however you have your head turned is fine. If you have your forehead resting, is fine. Take 2 more breaths, just really releasing. Good. And then we'll just maybe turn the head the opposite way. If you don't have it turned, then you just stay. And let it go, let everything go. The jaw, the heart, the belly. Okay, we're gonna bring the head to center with that same work. So you might have your chin resting, but you might pull the chin in. And then that gives you a little bit more in the low back. You might have to draw your belly in to protect it. You're gonna bend the knees and come back to this windshield wiper. And again, I'm going slow. I just really wanna feel something. So, you know, you're just feeling a little bit of something. And then stay in this shape, but let the feet just kind of drop now out to the opposite sides. We're opening the low back. Breathe here. Good. And now just start to roll your ankles. It's just good medicine. And pull the chin in. And then reverse the direction of your ankles. Good. Okay. And then just let the feet rest. You can let the legs come back out if you like, or I'm just going to keep mine bent for a moment. Now I'm going to take the hands and bring them back a little bit so I can straighten the arms and lift myself up off the bolster, even just a little bit. The arms don't have to go perfectly straight. They might, but they might be bent a little bit. Take your belly in, take your chin in. Now lift your gaze up, and you might lift your chin. You might even arch, take the neck back, but you don't have to. Lift your eyes. Let the jaw drop. And then lower yourself down and come back to rest here. You might wiggle yourself back a little bit if your back, you know, took a lot in. Let the head rest. Breathe. Okay, so we're gonna do Locust, and you can keep your bolster, or you can ditch it. I'm gonna take the strap now, and bring it behind the back. And your hands can open nice and wide. You just kind of see, you might keep the hands together on the strap. That's going to give you more in the shoulders. But open, if you need to go wide for your shoulders, do it. Now stretch your legs out and stretch all the way. Press the tops of the feet down. Nice strong legs. Take your belly in. Lift your shoulders. Now lift your arms and pull the strap apart. Lift your chest. You might come off the bolster a little bit. Pull your chin in. You might not. See if you can lift your arms a little higher. Pull the strap apart. If your legs want to come off the floor, that's fine. And then release the strap. Just let it drop. Let your arms drop. Turn your head the opposite way from whatever you had before. And breathe. Okay, I'm just going to repeat that exact same thing a second time. So you'll lift your head. Again, you know, heart stitched is bolster. That's totally fine. Ditch it if you want to. I'm going to stay on it. Take your hands, grab hold of that strap. Find your spacing. So then you make the legs nice and strong, belly in, shoulders lift, then the arms lift. And you pull the strap apart. Then you push the hands towards the legs. Lift your chest. Lift the shoulders. You might even look down. You can even rest your head on the bolster if that's there. Take one more breath and then release. Turn your head the opposite way. Drop in and just breathe. And okay. All right, just take your strap and set it aside for a moment. Press yourself up and back. And let's take child's pose just to stretch the back. So I'm going to bring the knees together. I'm walking myself right up to the bolster. And I'm going to use it. I'll just adjust the block and just rest my head on the bolster. So I just turn the block down. You go wherever you need to be here and rest your head. You can have the forehead resting or have your head turned one way. Okay, now if you look at me, you know, it's not that high, but if your hips are really off your heels, if you move that bolster up higher, so your head is resting higher, the heels and the hips might come a little closer together. So if you need that, adjust it. And breathe. And then press yourself up. And again, I'm just going to sit in Virasana for a moment. And wow. All right, if you came into this class with any congestion, then you're going to notice a difference already. Okay, I'm going to take the bolster and turning it, I always forget, horizontally. This is horizontal. Yeah. Okay, I have my strap too. I'm going to come to lie on the bolster, pardon me, with the chest on the bolster. So I feel like, let's see, my bottom ribs are off the bolster. Okay, so just rest here for a moment. Okay, now we're going to bend the knees. Okay, we're going to come up into upward bow. So you might take your strap, kind of place it over your feet. So it might look like this, and then we're going to lift up. If you don't need the strap and you can hold on to your feet, then do that. But either one, you're going to lift the shoulders, start to push the feet back, and lift yourself up. And because we have this bolster here, maybe you'll get the chest a little higher. I'm going to pull the chin in, take the gaze up as high as I can, smile, drop your jaw, and then slowly release. You can put the strap on your back if you're using it. Come back to this pose we did at the very beginning of class. And just release. One more breath. Okay, we're going to do the same pose, but I'm going to move the bolster down. So I'll take the hands to the bolster. Hi, pretty. Press up, and then just move the bolster down So this time as you come on it, my strap is still on my back. I have the tops of the thighs on the bolster. Now I need to move back a little bit. And then the head's gonna come down. So I feel like, oh, it feels so good in the back. The tops of my hip bones are right at the edge of the bolster. And so the hip crease is on the bolster, tops of the thighs are on the bolster. And then we'll just rest here for a few moments. This is really nice for the back. You might kind of hip walk if you like, kind of dig yourself in and then rest for a moment or two. Okay. If you need to wiggle back or wiggle front, do whatever you need to do. I'm gonna come back to that little windshield wiper. So I'll bend the knees. The legs are a little bit apart, and then just very gently rock your legs side to side. Just creating some spaciousness for the back, rotation in the hips. Good. And then come to rest. And I'm gonna rest with the knees bent, my feet are touching. Just really melt in, knowing you're gonna lift up in a moment. Okay, now you take your forearms to the floor, come up to like your little sphinxy pose here, and then you might take the strap. Oh, maybe it's easier if you're down. I think it's easier if you're down. If you're gonna slip the strap over your feet or hold on to the feet, either one, then press the feet back. And this time, what's gonna happen is the legs are gonna lift higher. The chest might not even come up off the floor, but the chin will. Spread your toes, lift your shoulders. Maybe you even lift your gaze and you look up as high as you can, let the jaw go. Breathe and release. And put your strap back on your back. Turn your head one way, let your feet flop if the heels want to turn in or turn out. Either one, just rest. Feel your heart beating. Again. Okay. And then I'm going to press up and back. So actually, I'll take the strap off first. And then press up and back. And we'll take child's pose like we did at the very beginning. You move your bolster in front. Legs can go wide. And we'll rest the arms on the bolster. So what we're doing when we do this, we've got the arms extended. We get a little bit more breath to the sides of the ribs, sides of the waist. The head can release. Maybe the forehead touches the floor, maybe your chin. And then breathe into your body. Okay. Really open what you can. So take a nice breath, fill yourself up, the whole circumference. Release the breath deeply. Good. Take one more full breath in. Full release. Good. And then press yourself up and come to sitting. Yeah, she's scratching. Okay, good. So take a moment. Feel all of that you created for yourself. And now we're going to take the bolster. We're actually going to lie over it. So I'll turn the bolster. Okay, this is where we're going. I'm going here so that I get this opening. So the bottom ribs are on the bolster and it's nice and open. If you need more height, you know this. You can put your blocks in and create a little bit more support for the head and for the heart. But you don't even need the blocks. You could just come in. Okay, so I'll just show it here. So you come and you lie down. And then the legs can open nice and wide. Maybe the arms open. And we'll melt in. I'm going to change and sit in Virasana. It's just that, Virasana has a lot of benefits in that you open the tops of the thighs. It's not accessible for everyone, I know that. So you go however you need to. If you're in Virasana, I'm going to lift my hips, pull the tailbone towards the knees. So I lengthen the low back and then come in. Okay, put your arms anywhere that feels effective for you. The legs are nice and wide open. If you want to bring them into soles of the feet together, you can do that. You need a support for your head. So if you feel like your chin is poking higher than the forehead, just throw something underneath your head. Close your eyes. Settle in. And notice any tension in your jaw and in your hands. And drop your inner gaze, your inner eyes, your inner vision down and towards your heart, maybe to your belly. Thank you. Listening to the sound of your breath, to the heart supported as the arms are just a little heavier, shoulders a little heavier. Okay, so we'll stay here. I'm going to take the arms up and over your head. Now, depending on how high you have your bolster, the arms might come to the floor, they might not. I'm right against the wall. I can push my hands into the wall or grab opposite elbows, and you can let the arms kind of drop. So just so you have the arms over your head, you're just opening the breath, opening the shoulders, softening through your jaw. Okay, take one more breath. And then you can bring your arms back down. And we're just going to take them over again. So if you're holding opposite elbows, just change the grasp and bring the arms back up over your head. Or if that, you've had enough of that, just take them out to the side. It's fine. And it's breathing into your lungs, into your vitality, your health, and your wellness. Good. Take one more breath in, and then release your arms back down. Good. So we're going to come up and out of this. So you might press yourself straight up, or you might roll to your side. Just let it be very loving. And as you come up, just take a few moments to just be in your seat, to feel and to receive. And I'm going to stay in Virasana, like this is comfortable for me. But go into cross-legged if you need to. We're just going to take a twist. So I'll take, let's say I take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Now I could rest it on my bolster and just turn, use the hand a little bit, or you could take it right to the floor. Okay, so in this twist, let's just bring in some of the elements we've played with a little bit. So you're twisting to your left, let's say, you might be twisting to the right, but you're going to move the ribs over to the other side. So you just shift back, take the chin in, and now take your eyes, and you might even turn them all the way to the left. Drop your jaw, drop the right shoulder. Good. And then if you start with the eyes, bring the eyes back. Now release the hands, come back to center. If you're sitting cross-legged, maybe you change the cross of your legs. And then we'll go second side. So left hand to the right knee, right hand behind, turn, and settle in. And then once you're in it, how can you go a little deeper? Can you shift your ribs over to the left? You can take the belly back a little bit. Soften through the left shoulder. And now turn your eyes all the way to the right. Drop your jaw. Breathe. Keep refining. And then release your eyes And then release your twist. Good. Okay, release your legs, stretch out. Move your feet around. All right, friends, so we're gonna come to lie down, and from this lie down, we're gonna move into Shavasana. So go ahead and, you can put your props, let's do this. I just wanna do one little thing with the legs lifted with the strap. So I'm gonna put the bolster down. So it's here to support the tops of my legs when I stretch them out. Pardon me. And then I'll take a blanket up for the head and maybe even one where the feet are gonna go. Pass me another one today. Yes. Okay. And then hopefully you're comfortable. Put on your sweatshirts or whatever else you need. And as you come to lie down, just have the strap nearby. All right. Okay, so once you're stretched out, you can keep your left leg straight. If you need to bend it, just put it on your bolster on the floor. And we'll bring so you start with the left leg bent or straight, and we'll put the right foot into the strap and extend the leg up. Roll your hands in the strap if you like. The strap can be in the center of your foot. And you're just gonna let the leg drop away from you till your arms are straight. So left leg bent or straight. And maybe even just flexing the toes a little bit, pushing the foot into the strap. Drop your jaw, tuck your chin. Breathe here. Okay, and then if you wish, you can stay like this, but if you'd like to kind of rock the leg in and out or side to side, just playing with movement a little bit here. But we're at the end of the practice, so don't have to go anywhere super intense. Just getting the leg lifted for a few more breaths. And then we'll change legs. And you might take the left foot, put it in the strap, and then release the right leg out long or bent, whichever one. And then let the left foot kind of drop away, arms straight. Breathe here, and you can flex the toes a little bit. And then stay like this or move the leg around a little bit, just explore. You're good, Daddy. Okay, and then we're gonna rest here. So you're welcome to just slip into Shavasana or put both legs in the strap. We'll open the legs wide, let your hands, open wide so you're holding maybe the ends of your strap. Let the feet drop away a little bit so your whole length of your back is on the floor, hopefully. Tuck your chin again, drop your jaw, drop your shoulders, and just breathe here. With the shoulders, like even though they're not touching the floor, they might be, they might not. Melt what you can. Soften your whole pelvic floor. And then you can bring the feet together, maybe get a little foot massage with the strap. You want to rest here with the legs up for a few moments or rock them in and out. You can play if you like. And then you'll settle into Shavasana whenever you're ready. So take your time and enjoy even this little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to move in now, but you do what feels right. Rest your arms, let your feet rest. Support your head if you need a little bit extra. I do, so I'm just going to roll the blanket in a little bit and support the back of my head. Just really melt everything you can. It's like a patient moves into post-op after surgery to recover. This is your recovery zone. Thank you. See, no matter what, don't neglect your practice. So practice is healing. Settling a little bit more deeply into your rest. Releasing your breath, the back of your heart, your jaw. And staying as you are if you wish to rest for longer, making little movements through the ankles, the wrists, fingers, the toes, stretching your arms over your head, coming out in any way you like. You might feel you want to hug your knees into your chest for a few moments, just flat on your back. Do that. And then you'll roll to your side and rest in the fetal position for a few breaths. Make your way up to seated if you're going to come up to seated. And just come back to that heart mudra. And you can hold it at your heart. You can even turn it down. And whatever feels good for you, it's all the same. Upside down, right side up. A yogi knows no difference. Just feeling your breath and your presence. Bringing your hands to your heart in whichever way you like. You want to hold your heart or place the palms together. You want to lower them down, get a little bit extra rest if you like. And lifting your heart, bowing your chin. And we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. We'll just send that out, my friends. You send it out and send it in. And then we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. Bow your chin. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Pause here. Take the word you chose at the beginning for your mantra. Put it into your hands. And lift your chin and open your eyes. Shanti Om, peace, Om Namaste. Offer that to yourself. And then we offer it out to our friends, to the world, all of that good stuff. So namaste, and thank you so much, you guys, for being here. So this is the time of year, I'd like to choose a word, and whatever words are coming to you, it's nice to kind of jot them down and just take whatever you can from there. So we'll keep going. Tomorrow night, we'll do a meditation for the new moon and the solar eclipse. A lot of powerful energies coming at us, so we need to let them move through. With great gratitude for you for being here, for my guy, for puppies. Thank you so much, guys. Have a beautiful chilly Sunday, and we'll see you soon.